Was that ever a concern of losing some kind of thread or progression, or do you think filming so much and your periodic edits here and there have from that kept that from happening?
No, I think because we never threw out the blueprint. You know, it was always like, okay, we need to have this scene in order to justify the next scene. It's always about justification for me. Because once it starts being like, oh, we just did it just because we feel like it, that's when you begin to lose. And especially with our film, which is very picaresque and like, sort of like another chapter in like Confederacy of Dunces or something like that. It almost like is kind of like an adventure movie a little bit. So you kind of need to like justify like going from one location to the next. Like how do we go from the movie theater to the bowling alley? So we would always interrogate every idea that we had before we implemented it in. Like for example, we shot something uh, in the initial draft. We were supposed to go from the happiest moment, which is like, me finally learning how to ride a bike. Because for this film, I had to learn how to ride a bike, and he taught me in real time on camera because I'm obsessed
Oh
with
wait,
real.
really?
Yeah, I never learned how to ride a bike, and there's a scene in the movie where he's like, "You need to learn how to ride a bike. We're doing it." And in real time, like with these hidden cameras, he's teaching me how to ride a city bike.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's awesome.
Um, but we went from like that scene, which is like the most joyful scene, into like just another scene where they're fighting again. And I was like, there needs to be something in between. So I was like, we interrogated how we could figure out that point. So we wound up shooting something at my old job, which is at a guitar store in Scarsdale. And we basically just, recorded a little scene where they're like goofing around again. And we wound up like writing an original song for the film as well. So that was pretty exciting. And yeah, it's always about like just like interrogating every idea and like trying to look at like every possible angle you can go from, and never picking the most obvious, but also never like trying to stretch it too far. You try to find an even ground to where everything feels logical but still enticing and surprising.